Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to create a seed route in Express and what the concept of a seed route is. The idea is, you know, you create information and you have like maybe an initial set of data you want to put in your database. You could just manually enter all that data in, but later on you need to delete your database, then you have to manually enter it in all again. So having a seed route gives you a quick push of a button, put information in your database, a route that'll just seed your database whenever you need to. Okay, so let's create one. Okay, so I'm going to create a folder. We'll call it test6. Okay. Oh, I guess we already have a test6. So let me call it test7. I don't want to create it inside test6. I want to create it in the main area. Test7. Okay, let me close test6 out. Open the terminal in test7 and start sending stuff up. So let's touch some files. Server.js, .gitignore, .env. Good. Okay, then I want to make some directories. Make dir, controllers, routes, data, and models. Okay, and then what we want to do is create an npm project, npm init-y. Okay, and then I want to install all my stuff. npm I express cores Morgan cores Morgan mongoose and .env. Okay, let that install. Let me put my data in my .env. So let me look up what I want in here. So this is a different project. I just need to get my little Mongo URL. Okay. So port equals 3000. Mongo URI equals that. And I'm not going to even bother with node-env for this. Okay, .gitignore. I'm not going to commit this, but just out of good habits. /node modules. Okay. Now let's head over to server.js. Const express equals require express. Const app equals express. Const mongoose equals require mongoose. And do this require .env .config and const Morgan equals require Morgan, and that should be fine. Then let me set up my variables. So port const, I'll just destructure all of them. Const port and Mongo URI equals process.env. Just sure I spelled both of those right. Mongo URI port, good. So back to server.js. Globals port Mongo URI, nice. Now I want to connect to Mongoose. Mongoose.connect. Pass in the URI, Mongo URI. empty object because I don't remember the exact, use unified topology and all that. I will get that in a second. And the callback. Console.log, you are connected to Mongo. Okay. And then let's create a server listener. App.listen, port, and then callback. You are listening on port. So, I use backticks. You are listening on port. There we go. And then I'll set up my middleware. Okay, and that would be like app.use. I'm just gonna use cores like this, so that way it just lets everybody in. App.use. Morgan. Dev. That's my logging. App.use. Express.json. Parses JSON bodies. And I think that is good. And then we'll have our routes here as we go on. Okay, so there, our server.js is set up. And now what I want to do is now if we want to create a seed class, first we need to actually have, data. So we're going to create data for dogs. So we'll just create a new file for dog.js. It's going to have a bunch of dogs that we're going to seed into our database. Okay, so let's see here. Let's create a module that exports, because we're going to export this data. Module.exports. And we're going to export an array of dogs. Okay, and so we'll just say, hey, this is name is Fluffy. And the age is 5. And then I want 5 of these, so Control C. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just save that so that auto formats. Or not. Oh, because I didn't put a comma after these. Comma, 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 comma. Now save. There you go. And let's just change this to spot. Clifford, Rover, Bobby. We'll have a dog named Bobby. Okay, cool. So that's our C data, and it's being exported, so we can import it somewhere else. That's great. But we need to have somewhere to import it to, or something that'll import it for us. So first I need to create a model, because I can't interact with the database without a dog model. So let's create a new file. And models, dog.js. Here we'll do const, we'll import schema, mongoose, import schema, model. From mongoose, require mongoose, and then const, I need, no, I think that's all I need right now. So then from here, I need to create the schema, new dog schema, which equals a new schema. Which is just going to be name, which is a string, and age, which is a number. Okay, number. Then we create a model, so const dog equals a model, which is connected to the collection of dog2 and is using the dog schema. Then we're going to export that module dot exports equals dog. Okay, and then now that's out. So then we need to create a route handler. So I would normally then take this into my controllers. Okay, dog.js in there. And this is going to require, first we need the scheme, that model. So const dog equals require dot, because again we're in the controllers folder, so we need to go up, back to test 7, and then back down into models to get that schema. So / models / dog.js. Then we need the data, so const data, I'll call it, equals require dot / data / dog.js. Cool. And then we have to bring in, oh, that's it. So let's see here. So then I'll create my index handler. I'm only going to create 2. So const index equals rec res, and all this is going to do is return. I have to make this async. Return await dog.find. There we go. So it'll return all the dogs. Actually, not return. I always forget this is Express now. So res.json await dog.find. There we go. And that'll return the list of all the dogs. And then we'll have our seed route. Okay, const, we'll just call the function called seed equals async rec res and then what this will do is res.json, and we will await dog.create, so that will create all the dogs. We'll pass in the data into our database and then return the result back as JSON. And we'll just do those two. So module dot exports equals index and seed. Cool. So there's our handler functions. Now I need to actually turn them into routes. So I'm going to go over to routes. New file, dog.js, and then here I need to bring in those functions, so index and seed, and I need to bring them from require / controllers / dog.js. Then I need to bring in the router, const router from Express equals express equals require express, because we're only trying to get the router out of there. Then we'll say const router equals router, and then I create some routes. So router.get, that's going to be for route, and this will use the index function. And then we'll do a route for seed, route.get seed, and then we just use the seed function there, and that's /seed, so I gotta put /. Good. And then we export the router. So module.exports the router. Okay, so that's exported. Then we go back to our server.js, and in our server.js we can then pin down those routes. So that'd be app.use. We want to use this for any endpoint that starts with dog. I want to use dog router. I gotta import the dog router. Go back up here. Const dog router equals require. And that's, we are already up in the server.js is a folder up, so we can just go down instead. So slash routes slash dog.js. Cool. So that's all set up. So now let's run the server. Npm node server.js. I didn't set up any scripts. And it's complaining. Fluffy is not defined. Oh, I know what I did. I did not make it a string. Yep, I gotta make all these strings. So string, 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 save. Okay, let's run this again. Cores is not defined. Oh, did I forget to import cores? I think I did. You forgot something. Const cores equals require cores. Okay, let's try this again. Node server.js. Oh, I have something else running in port 3. I'll have to go take care of that in a second. But so we'll just change the port to 3002. Okay, so let's go try this again. Okay, good. We're connected. So let's go to our go to the browser. Okay, and let's see here. No, wait, we need to open up a new tab. Localhost 3000 / dog / slash dog. And see, right now it says you cannot get dog. Why can we not? Oh, let me just try. Oh, because 3002. Okay, see, right now it's an empty array. Now if I go to dog / seed, see, it seeded our database. It took all that data and put it into our database. So now if I go to /dog, okay, that data is now in our database. And theoretically, I could go drop the database and I can then use a seed to add it again. So anytime I need to start over, I can just do that. So that's it. That's how you create a seed route. All it is, it's a route that puts the data in the database. So that way you don't have to manually type it in every time you start the database over again. So that way if you switch databases or you move to production, when you move to production, seeding your database is really quick. Because always when you move to production, you're starting with a fresh database. Because you have your local database that you practice with when you develop it. Then you have your database up in your production environment online, and that's going to be blank. And instead of having to re-inject all that data, you can have a seed route that just does that initial data for you, which just makes getting up and running faster. So that's the whole idea of a seed route. My name is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. You guys have a great day and enjoy.